Welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, the podcast for new and aspiring indie authors.
We're your hosts, Rachel and Rob, here to help guide you on your writing journey.
Join us each episode as we share tips, insights and practical advice to help you take the next steps towards becoming a successful indie author.
Whether you're working on your first book, navigating self-publishing, or looking to connect with fellow indie authors, this is the place for you.
So grab your notebook, settle in, and let's hit the road to your publishing dreams.
Because right in the end is just the beginning. Welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, episode 15, the secret episode, because me and Rachel couldn't figure out what we were going to do this week. I am Rob Radcliffe, and we have here...
Rachel.
Rachel.
I don't know why I giggle. It's like something weird.
Yeah, every single time when I go, and you are, and you're like...
Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with something fun to put in front of it.
Well, last week you were the amazing Rachel. You don't feel amazing today, do you?
You know, I was, no, I'm not, I'm tired today. I was in Vegas for the conference 2023 and I had the name badge on and it said Rachel, and someone in the lift said to me, do you know there's a Facebook group called The Amazing Rachel and you should join it? And it's literally like just loads of people called Rachel. And I went, well, I am the amazing Rachel. And she looked at me, gave me this dirtiest look, went, whatever, and got off the lift. I'm like, okay, bye-bye then.
Oh dear. Was she also called Rachel?
No.
So she was just jealous, wasn't she?
Yeah, I just don't think she got English humour.
So this week, what are we going to be talking about, the amazing Rachel?
Well, it's a secret, even to me.
Well, it's not...
We're answering questions.
There we go. Well done. Yeah.
But I don't know what the questions are because I've not been on Facebook and read them.
Right, well that's clearer because you can't say, right, today's is going to be a secret and then talk about it.
It's a secret, kind of, even to me.
Right, so we decided we were going to do a mailbag. Actually, I think at the beginning when we first started this podcast, didn't we say that we were going to do a mailbag every week? So we haven't, so we're just going to do
a mock-up. Oh, yeah.
Whole episode. And you don't know any of the questions, even though it was you that put the post on.
I know.
So everyone was answering you, and you just haven't bothered.
I've just not been on because I finished my book last week, and then I've been in plotting mode for the next book, and so I've just not been on Facebook properly. I have been on it, but not enough to pay any attention.
Okay, so I will take the role of the reader outer then, and which means that you have to answer them first, and then it gives me a chance to think of something to say afterwards.
Thanks.
Yeah. But before we go there, how's Witchy Richardson coming on?
Yeah. How's Witchy Richardson coming on?
But I've done mine bit. I'm just waiting for you to catch up now.
I wrote a first chapter, and you wrote a first chapter. That's about as far as we got.
Yeah. So we do a chapter, how not to write a book, a chapter every 2 months. How's the other writing doing?
It's alright. I'm kind of working on several projects at once, because I thought I'd make my life really difficult.
I love that though. I love it. It's sort of it's a proper palate cleanser. Like you do a couple of chapters of one book and then you jump over to another because it's fresh and But the only problem is nothing fucking gets finished.
No. So I've got, if I want to keep on with my 1,000,000 words for the year, I need to write 87,000 words for this month.
How many words have you written so far? We're into month 3 now.
No, 87 words for this month. So in total, I can't remember. I've written 110,000 maybe for the year so far.
I mean, that's still a novel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that finished my novel, but I need 87,000 this month to be on track for my million. Because I lost a couple of weeks at the beginning of the year because I had flu.
That's right, yeah. Will you be dictating, or will it be a bit of dictating, a bit of old
I think I'm
school?
going to try and dictate, but I'm actually trying to plot one of my books because it's got lots of moving parts. So
Right.
rather than wing it and completely mess it up, I thought I'm just going to try and not get a full outline, but good enough that I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
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 Because I know some people like outline to every single scene, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But I want a plot, as in it's got the beats, so I know where I'm going.
Yeah. So, and then this happens, and then this happens.
Yeah. Just because it's a bit bigger. So I've got that one, and then I'm messing around with the cozy mystery that I'm not supposed to be messing around with.
Right. Well, at the moment, I'm just writing the one. I'm still in the plotting stage, but it's kind of getting more fleshed out and stuff. And it's going well. I've started writing the first chapter properly, and yeah, it's working a little bit. I'm more interested in it, which helps, I guess. So yeah, that's where I'm up to for writing.
When I wasn't publishing, if I had an idea for a story, I was super excited, couldn't wait to start writing, and I would just jump into the book and start writing it. But now, because I know I'm publishing it, I get really hesitant about starting it.
Well, there's expectation, isn't there? It's not just
drives
something
me
you're
nuts.
doing.
Yeah, so I find myself hesitating as if I have no idea how to write a book.
Yeah, I've had starting to have a little bit of success on TikTok, and one of the great things is these people who are reading my books, they're messaging me while they're reading it, and like they're quoting paragraphs and stuff. Or this made me laugh for Meat Market Book 1. I can't remember any of it. It was 20 years ago I wrote it, but I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, that's brilliant. And then they'll tell me like what's happening. I'm like, right, I'm with you where you're up to. But when I wrote that book, there was no fear or anything, and
No.
also because it's like a comedy, I always want to make sure it's funny. And the last one that I wrote, Tindered, which is out next month, I was very aware because it was going to go into the series. Oh, I've got to keep it fun. So there was that pressure all of a sudden, and that kills creativity.
Yeah. It's just a weird thing I have, as if I'm scared to go and sit down and start writing.
Yeah. Okay, so today we've got 4 questions from our listeners on our group. Are you ready for question 1?
Yeah.
It's kind of the hardest. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, no, I won't do
Probably
that.
the hardest.
The hardest. Okay, you might just say I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, this is from
Rob.
Emma Louise Smith. Not sure if it's something that has been impacted that has impact. Oh, for fuck's sake! We'll start that again. Let me get my glasses. Emma Louise Smith. Not sure if it's something that has impacted either of you, but I found the lack of information about becoming self-employed as an author and claiming top-up benefits such as universal credit really hard to find. I would have loved a concrete guide info at the time. Thankfully, it isn't as complicated as I thought, but the HMRC rules are different to UC, so it's important to understand them. What's your take on that?
See, I actually know this. If you're claiming the likes of universal credit, and it used to be tax credits ages ago when I was doing it, you basically just have to update them every month. So you've got to do your taxes every single month, and then you just tell them your income. Otherwise, they'll go off an estimated one, and then you risk the danger of being overpaid.
That's very good. Well done.
I know this. I actually know this one.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it also. I mean, it depends a little bit. I mean, if you're going to be a company, if you're going to be an LLC or a limited company, things are a bit different as opposed to if you're going to be what's the word? Just what's it called? Yeah, It's not what.
Just individual proprietor or something, isn't it? Something like that.
No, if you're not a company, you're that. What the fuck's it called now? Right, I was on a roll then. Sole trader.
Sole trader, that's it. Oh, and then you've got the whole, if you go into VAT, if you register for VAT as well.
Yeah, I mean, well there's two different ways. If you're going to be a sole trader, that's basically the monies that you make, kind of thing,
All of
is
it comes
it's
to
all
you.
your money, is all your wage, and then you just have, like you said, you just update, this is how much I've made, and then you see, or tax credits, or whichever ones you're claiming, will then say, well, this is what you've got, this is what we'll give. I think it every pound you earn after a certain threshold, you get
Yeah,
40p of it, or something like that.
it's yeah, you can. Well, it's 12,000 in it, and if anything over 12,000, you've got to pay 20% tax on.
Yeah,
Easiest way to do it. It depends on how much you earn every month and how much you've got coming in.
yeah, but then also, but if you have a company or an LLC or
Yeah,
or a limited company, that's a separate entity, and if you pay yourself a wage, then
yeah. Then it's
you
based
just
on the
pay
wage.
it's just going on that. But then any other monies will be the corporation tax, so that's a flat 20% or something. But then you go into being able to claim money back from your VAT and all that stuff. So that's a different entity in itself. So
Yeah.
depending which way you go, it'll be a little bit different. But also, I probably shouldn't say this, but I will, because I like saying things. But also, if you go the company way, just work out what's the minimum amount to pay yourself, so that. But then at the end, I mean, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, it means you'll be paying more in corporation tax because it isn't part of your payroll. But yeah, it's just how you'd want it.
Your business gets taxed rather than you do, but it doesn't count on something like your benefits.
Yeah, yeah. So if you want to maintain more benefits, then work out how much the company would have to pay you. But then the company's going to get taxed more. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Yeah,
And
I get.
sometimes it's whether it's worth it, because I know from when tax credits went to universal credits, they're just such a pain in the arse that you get in pennies that it's just not worth the hassle.
Oh yeah, I remember when.
Especially as your income starts to come out. I mean, I've never. It's been years since I've qualified for them, and they've changed. There were tax credits when
Yeah.
I used to qualify, but yeah, you just submit. I just submitted it every month.
Well, I remember when I'd come out of my pub, and so I was jobless and all the rest of it, and I went on UC, and it was, but I didn't have a job, and I said, well, I'm going to be writing, but nothing was really set up. That's just, I wasn't earning any money then. I was just writing, because I wasn't marketing or anything, so nothing was really happening, and because of that, because I had no income, and they're giving me money from the state, they said, well, you have to either find a job, or you have to prove to us that you spent 35 hours a week looking for a job.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'd have to, well, you're never going to spend that amount of time. But then I had to pretend in a notebook that I'd spent 35 hours a week looking for jobs. I eventually got one, and it's still my part-time job now. I like I like being able to speak to other people other than my kids and the missus. But yeah, at the time, it's like, you want me to spend 35 hours of my week looking for a job? That's just ludicrous, but it is the rules, and
Yeah.
it just didn't feel like free money. And why can't I be sat in the Weatherspoons like the rest of them are
I know.
at 9 a.m.? Because they're not doing them.
No,
And not
my
once away.
neighbour sits in the garden drunk every day. Who's never
Yeah,
had a job for as long as I've lived here. I'm like,
yeah. So, well, that was question one. I hope.
I see that wasn't as hard as you thought it was.
No, no. Right, well, they'll just be better, easier and easier now. So the next one we've got from Theo Greenshaw. Pricing strategies would be really helpful. E.g., for a debut fantasy writer, what's a good price for the first book in the series? Should the strategy change for a book a year release schedule versus rapid release approach? Does a low price signal to buyers that the book is poor quality? Also, sorry if you've already covered this in an episode and I've missed it. I'm up to date with the podcast, but there are a couple of early episodes. So, pricing strategies.
See, I refuse to price any of my books at 99 cents purely on that basis of quality.
You mean, I mean, you'll do 99 cents if you've
No,
got a book.
I won't do 99 cents because it puts out that I think that's all my work's worth, and I'm like, no.
Well, it depends what you're going after as well. Because I mean, I've seen it a lot in, you'll have whole box sets like 20 books priced at 99
Yeah,
cents, but they're in Kindle Unlimited, so they're going after the page reads.
yeah.
So that 99 cent pricing point is a marketing strategy to go after people who aren't going to pay a penny because it's all about page reads.
Yeah.
But so what do you price your first in the series at?
I think $3.99 is what mine's at, and then I go up to
Dollars
$4.99.
or pounds?
Dollars.
So that'll be £2.99 ish.
Yeah, yeah, because most of my readers are American, so I always do it off the thing. So yeah, it's $3.99, and then I think it's $4.99. I think some of them go up to $5.49 as well.
Right.
Yeah,
So book one would be three
yeah,
ninety nine,
yeah, yeah,
and then book two will be 4.99, and then
yeah.
continue.
And then it also depends on the size, because I've got like on my longer series, there's like 22 books. So some of the mid-series books are novellas, so they're cheaper. They're down at the $3.99 and even $2.99 just because they're small.
Yeah.
And I've priced it based on the size of the book rather than the
Right.
quality. Because I'd be pissed off if I paid $5 or whatever and got a book that was like 100 pages.
Yeah. What I've done when I started marketing my Divine series, I had book one, Guardian. It's only about 55,000 words, so you could call it a short novel or a long novella, but it's not chunky like a novel. It's not 80,000 words, and I started by pricing it at £1.99. So the lowest you get for your 70% royalty rate on Amazon, or $2.99. But then I thought, well, people are buying it. Let's see what would happen if it'd be $2.99 slash $3.99, depending on dollars and pounds. And it was just the same. So
Yeah.
so I kept it at $2.99, and then the next one is $3.99, and then the next one's $4.99, and then it just remains $4.99.
Yeah.
Even book four is quite short. Again, it's about 60,000 words, but I've just kept it at $4.99 now, and I probably will throughout the series. But
Yeah.
with my Ladlit ones, Meat was book one straight up was is $2.99, and then $3.99, $4.99, and then this next one, which is book five, is $5.99, and then book six, which is massive, will be $6.99. But I guess if someone's, if they've read three of your novels or four of your novels, the pricing doesn't matter as much as getting the next book by then, I think.
I think it depends on which book it was. If I was a brand new author, I would be just trying to get my book read. And so I'd be giving it away free. I'd be doing the Kindle free days. I'd be doing promotions. I'd do all sorts on it because it would be just about getting readers into my world. If I was putting a new book out and I was a brand new author and had no readership, I would be giving that book away for free. I would probably have it priced at the minimum 70% royalties. But I would have it in KU. I would be... I'd maybe not have it in KU. I don't know. Because I'd be giving it away free everywhere. Because it would be about getting people into my world rather than making
exposure.
money. Yeah, I've seen actually. There's an author I follow, and she's got like 25, 30 books out, and she's made a couple of million on her books now, and she has the first 3 books in a series for free, on the perma free. So, and that works for her.
So book 1, 2, and 3 are all free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next book, I think, is like 99 cents.
Well, it works, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
So she's really just going after big readers, isn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I purposely wrote my reader magnets so that I could get people in without me losing money, because I was like, I don't want to give away my first book for free, really, because it took me. Your first book tends to take you the longest. I'm
Yeah.
like, this just took me all this time. I don't want to give it away for free. So I made a reader magnet and I give that away for free. And I'm like, if you read it and like it, then you should go and read the first book, which is what they tend to do.
Yeah, my reader magnet for my Ladlet stuff is one of the biggest novels I've written in the series, because it was my first one, and it's got all four of the characters that will be narrating the rest of the series. And I really don't like that book. That's why I give it away for free. But it's a prequel. Uh, it's I look at it as quite juvenile, but people who are coming into the series, they always read book one first and then find that reader magnet, as opposed to going from the reader magnet. And they always seem to enjoy it. So I think it's just me that hates it.
Yeah.
But with my R.J. Radcliffe, it's just a short story that's a reader magnet, just because I wanted something. So it's just about 7,000 words. So just a couple of scenes, just to introduce the characters and style and series and stuff.
It's like the Witchy series that I'm not supposed to be writing, that I'm messing with. The plan is for it to be 6-book series, but they're only going to be short books. They're only going to be like 50,000 words. And so I'm just going to shove them all at probably the $2.99 price.
Yeah.
6 books, and they'll be in KU, and then there'll be a reader magnet, and away it goes.
But you just said your last previous book was going to be 60,000 words, and it ended up being 120.
When it's 300,000 words. Maybe
Yeah.
if I aim to write 20,000 words, I'll actually hit the correct word count.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, try that. Yeah, I'm just
Like,
going to write a quick
saying
novella.
that, the book before this one was supposed to be 8,000 words and came in at 92,000.
No, see, that's not too bad, is it? It's close.
No. It was supposed to be 8,000, not 80.
It was supposed to be 8,000
8.
words,
Yeah. And it
and
came
it came in.
at 92,000.
But what are you planning that's going to be 8,000 words?
It was just going to be a short story, but because I pantsed it, I was like, oh, it's a big story, and off we go.
Yeah. Well, it's you that made it.
I don't feel too bad about it, actually, because you know Stephen King's Mercedes series, Mr. Mercedes series?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a short story, and that's 3 big novels.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm not the only one. Mr. King.
you almost sound surprised. Like, it's you that's writing it.
I know.
It's you that makes it this long.
No, I am just the conduit for the story.
Yeah. So
That's
that's yeah. I mean, but how would you, if you're going to rapid release, say you're going to sit on a few books, 3 books, a trilogy, would you price differently? But
Maybe.
even rapid release, I mean, like, are you going to have them on pre-order or not? On, there's quite a few other variables to take it in consideration, isn't there?
Well, with rapid release, you tend to have them on pre-order, don't you? You at
Yeah.
least have book 2 up when book 1 releases, and then when book 2 releases, book 3 would be live, so they could just go straight through it.
Yeah, this is something I keep telling my authors. I'm like, are you writing another one? When I'm doing the formatting for it, and they'll be like, yeah. I'm like, have you got a cover yet? And they said, yeah. I'm like, put it on. How about we put that one on pre-order now? And then they're just scared. I'm like, how long do you think it'll take you? Don't worry about how long it'll take you. It's not a deadline. You can pre-order up to a year now. And they'll be like, yeah, but I'm like, well, people finishing book 1 will then pre-order book 2. You don't have to worry about it, but they always get quite scared of, oh yeah, but it's not even at the editors. I'm like, it doesn't matter if you even read it, if you've even written it yet. It's just having something else to for readers to jump on before they forget about you.
Yeah. Well, I once did that. I don't do the pre-orders like that anymore because I overwrite, and so I end up like missing them or nearly missing them. But there was one day where I was like, I'd gone so off the tracks with my book. I ended up having to write like 18,000 words in one day just to finish the damn book. So it was up on time at midnight.
Yeah, well,
I'm never doing that to myself again.
I quite like it because I've planned my publishing schedule this year around the pre-orders, so I
Yeah.
know when I need to get stuck. Just instead, because otherwise I'll just start writing a brand new book and just have another 10 million half books.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got. I mean, other than this, but I've given myself loads of time, which is
But it
what I need.
goes so quickly though, that loads of time.
Oh, I know. Unfortunately, the next two for Rob Radcliffe, they're written because I've got this huge backlog. The next four, sorry, are written, and so I have to focus on R.J. Radcliffe actually writing this year. But it is, yeah, I'm finding the pre-ordering helpful, and also it's nice to see them ticking up in
Yeah.
on the dashboard, you know. Because I mean, pre-order date they can be really. I've got a friend who writes murder mysteries set in in the Yorkshire Dales, and we were talking at the London conference last year, and he said that he's got like 1,000 pre-orders for the next book.
Yeah.
I mean, to start day one at 1,000, you know, all that cash in your
Yeah.
bank,
Yeah.
it's a nice boost, isn't it?
Yeah. And I see lots of authors do their scheduling and schedule it all on Amazon and do
Yeah.
their pre-orders up for the year. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know if we actually answered the question about pricing.
Go on.
I was saying I don't know if we actually answered the question about pricing because it's like it depends on lots of things.
Yeah, it does depend on that thing.
Right, go on. Next question. I apologise if we've not answered that one properly.
Yeah. But also for pricing, you just have to sort of just test it a little bit, don't you?
Yeah,
You
the
know?
other one is to see your comparable authors and market accordingly to them. Because if you're way high, you're not going to sell compared to the people who are writing the same books.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is another thing. Next question is from Aaron Davids, and it's about time management. Time management, as it is a work in progress with me trying to balance writing with marketing. How do you manage your time wearing the different hats, so to speak?
I literally have it in a diary that it's on set days and set times when I do it. And I think it depends on your marketing. Because like you do TikTok, so you need to do your marketing every day. But I do Facebook ads, so I don't need to be in mine every single day. And I do newsletters, which is like I write them on Sundays. So I think it depends what marketing you do. And
Well, let's unpack this a little bit then. So yeah. I mean, it does depend on the different marketing and stuff. It also depends: are you a full-time author? Are you working as well? Do you have one child that's a newborn? Do you
10.
have five children that suck the soul out of you at every possible opportunity? There's a lot of different variables. But if you're doing it full time, time management, I always write in the morning, and then after my first stint, if you like, I'll do my first TikTok of the day. So it's usually about 8 o'clock. That's that one done, and then walk the dog. I should now be dictating when I'm walking the dog, but I haven't done yet. But I will be doing soon. So that will be writing as well. And then it's usually evening, although the TikToks are sporadically through the day, like Facebook ads and stuff like that. You're just checking stuff once or designing new ads and stuff. It's in the evening, a couple of hours in the evening, usually when she's gone to bed and the house is quiet. And also if I'm doing a course or learning any new things, that for me is bunched in with the marketing bit. So I won't ever dilute the writing side of it, but like marketing can be a lot of things. Like yeah,
Yeah.
how do you do it?
I think you just have to work out what time you've got and then divide it up and stick to a schedule. That's the way I find that it works. I write in the morning because if I do it the other way round, I end up on a bloody rabbit hole and don't get to my writing. So that's got
Yeah.
to be the first thing.
Yeah. So, but also, I mean, like it's that Henderson's hypothesis or whatever you said that if you've time management wise, if you've got an hour to
Yeah.
do something, you do it in an hour. If you've got 10 hours, you do the same amount in 10 hours. What's it called? It's not Henderson's
Parkinson's law.
hypothesis.
Parkinson's law.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've also, I think, got to do marketing and stuff based on what you can do. Like, I don't at the moment have the mental brain power to get into the TikToks, and just my house is so busy and stuff. So I'm like, it's there, but it's not the big thing. So I do Facebook because it needs less management, I think, than TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. Because once it's set up, you're just checking and tweaking, aren't you?
Yeah.
Facebook ads. Have you ever done many Amazon ads?
Ages ago, I did Brian Cohen's. You know, when he brings out that five
Yeah.
day thingy, I did that, and it was all right. I was always breaking even, but then it was like you had to pay for the course for the next bit, and I was like, I didn't know about the tweaking it, so I never went off and learnt it.
Yeah.
And then I took Facebook courses, and then once I took the Matt Holmes' course, and it just like rose my income up loads.
Yeah, he's got a Matt Holmes has got an Amazon course coming out in July, I think.
Yeah, I'll probably have a
But
go to his.
well, he does say in his Facebook course that they need to go hand in hand. So
Yeah,
your rocket power is your Facebook ads, and then once they're doing well, you have that Amazon has that data. Because you've been sending traffic to say Amazon, then to do your Amazon ads, it already has that book pages data, so to speak, so it can find people a little bit easier. I believe something like
yeah,
that. I'll
yeah.
be
I mean,
picking up that.
I'll take that course when it comes.
Yeah,
But if I'm doing a course, I do like you. I do that in the evening if I'm trying to learn something.
yeah. So your time management similar, like writing first
Yeah,
because it's
that's
the
always
most
the
important
first.
thing.
Yeah, writing's always the first priority.
Yeah, because the other things are yeah. That's time management, Aaron. Right, we're on to the last one now. Number 4. It's actually right from Jason Ayres, who I love. I love his time travel books. They're just great. The number 1 topic for me would be advertising, specifically Amazon and Facebook, as those are the big two. Almost everyone here will have used them or will be considering using them at some point, and we all know how daunting they can be. I'm not sure what the question is, but I'm guessing it's what shall I do?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. See,
Yeah,
I
I
always
mean,
think I sound like a Matt Holmes fangirl, but it's the one course that has just worked for me.
yeah.
And, and
For a bit of context, Jason has a time travel series. I think he's got at least 15 books, and so he's got a lot of box sets
yeah,
that I keep seeing overtaking Meat Market, which is rude, but whatever.
Meat
Well done,
Market's not
Jason.
time travel.
No, but it's a style as well. They're in. It's in comedy. I don't.
Right.
Let me just check. It's. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Jason, why the? Why is your shit in my categories? Oh, it's British and Irish humour.
Right.
So it's quite an umbrella. And then there's quite a few death in wild boar woods. Death in there's quite a few things. That McDonald guy, I can't do his first name. Came McDonald's. That's not it's not called. It's Irish. Dead Man's Sins, and so there's quite a few different ones, but it's all British and Irish, and humorous. So if that's what you writing, the style you're writing in, I guess it. Here they are. Yeah, is time travel, time bubble books. there's quite a lot of time travel, different ones. Adrian Cousins is in this as well, so I guess maybe I should move over to rom-com or something. Yeah, but yeah, Matt Holmes. Matt Holmes' Facebook course, definitely. And he's doing a Amazon. I mean, like you, I've done all the courses, and he really resonates with me. And it doesn't feel like he's keeping the secret sauce out. He goes very granular into everything, so you completely understand it. And it has really resonated with me. Matt Holmes' courses.
I also like that anytime anything changes, he updates the course and he goes and re-records it.
Yeah, I saw on his Facebook group for the course that someone was a bit confused because they'd done the Matt Holmes course #1 and now they were doing the second version. But he's just keeping up to date with what is working, and I guess his only job is marketing his wife's books. His new job that he's created is teaching other authors how to become at least 5-figure authors like his wife. So he does have the time to redo things and test and just show us all what's working now, which is good, because I've taken other courses. There was a Facebook course, and it hadn't been updated for years, and Facebook had completely changed.
Yeah.
I think you probably know which course I'm talking about.
I had the same problem. They were doing screen shares, and you're like, but that's not there. And I don't know where it is because I was brand new to Facebook ads at the time. So I have no idea. And I was just eventually finding it.
Yeah. So, Matt Holmes' Facebook course is fantastic. It's changed your career, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Last year, I took the course. I was like, right, I bought this course. And it had helped my friend, and I'm like, I'm going to take it fully, sit down, properly follow everything to the end. Got to the end, and he re-recorded the whole course, and I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
And so I took it again, and I was already making money then, still based on the first version of the course. And now it's doubled my income on Amazon.
How did you find out about that course? Was it me?
It was you. Yeah, it was you. Right. Yeah.
And then you told your friend who...
Yeah, I mean, it was my friend's career who it's like really super changed. It literally took him from like earning 1,000 a month to 15,000 a month.
Right, well, I mean, I don't want to be all forward and stuff, but, if your friend's doing that well, then it could... I'm just saying, if it wasn't for me...
He'd pay you a commission. Yeah.
It'd probably be,
But that friend does have 70 books out.
Irrelevant, really.
Because it was like, you're 70 books out and earning like £1,000 a month. I'm like, why are you only earning £1,000 a month? No, come on. But they weren't doing any marketing whatsoever. And I'm like, right, we're going to do this. So everything I'd learned, I was like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And every day I was getting screenshots of they'd earned £600 by the time they got up in the morning.
I remember you texting me actually saying that, said I told you about it, and then you told your mate, so he was sort of like your canary down the mine.
Yeah.
And then they showed you and.
Yeah, well, I was at SPS last year, and I was chatting to Steve Higgs, and I said to him, "Do you think any book can sell with the marketing?" And I'd listened to him in Vegas as well, that one you've watched. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, right, I'm doing it. Because I had this thing of, my book's not going to sell, so I didn't put any effort into it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean...
And I'd done that barrier myself. No one had told me my book wasn't going to sell. That was just all me.
Yeah, that Steve Higgs Vegas talk that you can find on YouTube, he's also very good. He keeps it very simple, and it's a bit of a duh moment when you've watched it and you think, well, yeah, I mean, because he's very niche in what he writes, and it's working. You just need the money up front. You just need the investment capital, and then you start the machine. You put the money in the machine and see how it goes. Obviously, at the beginning, you're testing, seeing what works, and then double down. But I remember when he did his screenshots on there, I'm thinking, well, so you started at £10, and then 2 months later, so you're not scaling. You're not like adding 10. He's just going, right, new ad, same as before. I'm now doing £100 a day.
Yeah, I remember here's the start of his career in the 20 Books group, and he was, when he earned like his first $100, he put that whole money back, because he was saying that if you put $1 in a machine and you get $2 out, he's like, well, if you earn $200, you're going to put all 200 back in, aren't you? Because you're going to get 400 out.
So yeah, it's not just about like you put £1 in and get £2 out, and then get £2 out, because the more you put in, the further up, and so you're not just finding the people who you're advertising to on Facebook, you're then finding the people who organically who are looking at the charts, and you're up there, and that's where things start to skyrocket. That's where it becomes really powerful.
One of my books the book I started advertising on, it's always in the 5,000 mark on the Amazon charts, always around that. It might jump up to in the 10,000 mark, but it comes straight back to the 5,000.
And what's in your charts, though? In the actual categories, so that's pretty high up, like top 20.
No, because it's paranormal romance, so it's quite a big thing. But I still get in the top 100. I've had it at 40s in like your vampires and stuff. But it does alright. It sells every single day, and but on that book, I now I float between, for every pound I put in, I get between £2 and £3 back.
That's great.
Yeah, and then it's a series, so it always has read through, and my top 3 books are books 1, 2, and 3 of that series every day without fail. Yeah,
so I mean, that's one thing that I looked at, because on the Matt Holmes course it says you want to be making at least you spend wants to be for a successful ad wants to be around 30% of what you're getting back, but that depends. I mean, his wife's only got 4 books out. So that's what he's going off, an agreeable return on investment. But if you've got a long series like you could have that first book losing money, because you know that a set amount of people, a percentage of those people, if you do the maths, are then going to buy the rest of the series. Jason's, he does have a lot of books, and so. Yeah, do the Matt Holmes course and and because although I think he must be doing Facebook ads for them to be where they are in my categories. He might be doing targeted and targeting in Facebook, targeting slowly going away, because
I don't target anything.
Well, it's diminishing anyway, isn't it? Because they're pushing out AI. AI is a lot smarter than you as well. It will find people, as Steve Higgs explains in his Facebook thing.
Yeah, let Facebook and Amazon find your readers. You tell them what it's about, and they'll be like, okay, we know where to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think in the show notes I put Matt Holmes' course, and I put Steve Higgs's Vegas speech, which is brilliant. For Facebook. Amazon, I've not really done it yet, because I keep hearing people saying you need to have at least 5 books out for it to make any difference, really. Now, because I'm still resetting my my career, my publishing, I'm only just getting 5 books out in one series this year for both my main series, so I haven't really done Amazon ads much.
No, I think I'll wait for Matt Holmes' Amazon course to come out, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
Because he did so well with Facebook. He's like someone I trust to teach me what I don't know and how to do it. And his courses aren't that expensive. Like, some courses are about £800, but his was like, I think it's like 150. It was really inexpensive.
Yeah, it was 150.
Yeah.
But he's early. I mean, he does half price early birds as well. I jumped on it so it was like £75 or dollars or whatever, and yeah, so
I
it's
think I
not.
paid 140 and I was like, that's really cheap for a course, but I was like, so I'm gonna spend it, and just because it was so cheap, I was like, it's not a big investment if it's a rubbish course, and I'm like, it was the
Yeah,
best 40 I've ever spent. So
it's amazing though, because I mean some of the first courses that I bought when I had no money and I wasn't earning, I didn't have any books out. I had to do them monthly because it
yeah,
was, throughout 6 months,
yeah,
because they're like 600-700 quid, these courses.
yeah,
And then you buy another one, and it's basically a carbon copy by a different person.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've only have bought two ads courses, and one which you probably know which one it is, cost me lots of money, and it was good because I knew nothing about Facebook, so it did teach me all that stuff.
yeah,
But I prefer this Matt Holmes.
yeah. I think just because he deep dives into every single point.
Yeah,
So where if he goes into a certain bit of it, and then instead leaves it, say, and then you do this, he'll then go granular into that, because that saves people going, but what do I do now there?
yeah,
But
yeah.
he
And
does really.
he's in the Facebook group as well. So if you ask a question in his group, he does try and come and answer you.
Yeah, I get his Saturday. It's called the Saturday, I think. His email every Saturday, and that's good as well. It just recaps. I mean, it's geared towards selling his courses, but he does
Yeah.
have little useful
He's got
tidbits in it.
Hasn't he got like a free Facebook ads course that you can do that gives you the basics?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. We should be sponsored by Matt Holmes.
yeah.
We should reach out to
Should reach out to him. Yeah. But yeah, and that, I guess, is the questions done,
Yeah.
and I think
And
it's
every technical issue possible.
every technical. Yeah, that I don't know what that was. I don't know. I think it's me. Must be a bit cursed, but never mind. And so, what we're doing next week, Rach?
Another surprise.
Uh,
I need to get organised and give us a list.
well, before we started doing these podcasts, you had a big long list.
I did, but we did a lot of them where we've done them.
We did a few of them, but then every week we go, "Oh, should we do this instead?" So we've done a few that haven't even been on it.
No, but there's quite a few where they've been like very similar topics and we've done it in the same thing.
Oh, when we started waffling, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rightio. So,
I will make a new list.
yeah. I quite like the answering questions thing.
Yeah.
By that, I mean I quite like reading out the questions and listening to your answers.
You answered them as well.
Yeah. So, I would like to have like a mail thing in every episode, because it won't do it, will we? We'll forget to do it, or something. If you've got any questions, just contact us on our page or our group, or at the bottom of the YouTube comments, or anywhere you can find us. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your gran. She might have a war diary.
Come and join our Facebook group.
Come and join them all, yeah, and we'll continue this waffleness next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
With whatever topic we choose.
Yeah. Okay. Cheerio, Rach.
See you later.